Hello everyone. If you are new to the game, then you might wonder how to clear the game easily and stuff like that. I will speak from experience on how to do that basically. So I hope this video helps you. And if you disagree with me, tell me in the comment section why. Make sure to build one good unit of each element, and by good unit I mean a unit who can deal a lot of damage and who is easy to use. Like the unit that doesn't feel clunky to use and that stuff. As you can see, I have a unit of each element for Blood Leon, Light Lucian, Erin Darkness, Neon Water, Edward Fire, Albert Earth, Sarka Lightning, and Veleno Poison. From my experience of using these units from the friends support units, I found out that these units are the best for me. The case might be different for you, like which unit you are most familiar with, then choose that unit. But don't focus on all 8 units at the same time. For me, what I did is basically focused on only 4 units, because one team is equal to 4 units. This is basically the first team I ever made, and what I basically did is I built all of them equally. So I didn't focus on a specific unit, then move on to the next unit. Although for Aaron, because like if you look in these teams, the most unit which can deal the most damage is Aaron, because she's a DPS unit. So I focused on her more than like Leon, Lucian, and Neon. But I still focused on these 3 with Aaron. I didn't completely ignore them. When I completed Aaron, I focused on these 3, and when I finally finished all of these 4, I focused on the next 4 units. Or didn't have units of that element. For these units, I focused one by one, depending on which element I needed the most. Like let's say for the current tower or Tower of Trials cycle, you need fire and electro units, and that's why I focused on Edward and the Shark first and second. Then thankfully I was able to clear the Tower of Trials with these 2 built like this. After that, I focused on Veleno and Albert. As you can see, they're only level 80, and the Robins as well are still at level 80. So like for these 4, there's a lot of stuff to be done. And now for your main 4 units, basically, like I said, max them out in terms of level, weapons, relics as well. I would recommend you to use the 4-star relics, and if you can, use the 5-star relics. And in terms of relics, focus on the main stats. Like as you can see, some of my units, or some of the relic sets on my units don't have the relic set activated. Sometimes I got lucky, and I have pieces of the same set which I can use. But as you can see, like I focused on the main stats and the substats more than the relic sets. And if you notice, across every unit, which like whether it is a tank like Leon or Arbelt, a healer like Lucian or Neon, a DPS like Edward, Aaron, Sarka, and Veno, I'm basically using the same relic main stats. Attack, stamina, like you can choose for defense, or for units which are damage skills or defense like Leon and Albert. I focus on defense, but for the rest of the units I focus on attack. This one, elemental damage bonus, like depending on the unit's element, and this one is crit chance. Either crit chance or crit damage, like depending on which I need more, crit chance or crit damage. Basically, the build is general in terms of relics. Also for the comment, I forgot to mention that. Basically for the rings, maybe not at the start of the game. Definitely at the end of the game, focus on elemental rings. So as you can see, the difference between elemental rings and let's say normal rings are, I know it's 4-star, but basically the difference in them is huge in terms of stats wise, because like this is blood attack, but this is like all of like attack in general. And of course, for blood units like Lane, you will need blood attack. For Lucian, you need light attack. Like this will benefit these units more than a normal attack. And of course, like for the substats, like as you can see, there's ignore defense rate, attack, ignore defense rate, and attack. So to be frank with you, these elemental rings, like if you're aiming for a specific substat for the elemental rings, then you will suffer, because it's RNG. It's all about RNG. You don't know what you are going to get. So basically, at every end game, what I recommend you to do is basically, if you can, to farm elemental 4 or 5-star elemental rings until you get basically a substats which increases damage, whether it's attack or ignore defense rate, whatever. Like focus on getting a substats which increases damage dealt. Don't be too specific, otherwise you will endlessly farm for the rings. And I don't recommend that. Instead, focus on building your units. For the necklaces, like general, For rings, focus on elemental rings, and for necklaces, focus on general necklaces. Like with the rings, like for the substats, focus on any substats was basically reduces damage taken, or basically. Or should I say, don't focus too much on the substats because the same case with rings arm. And to be honest, for me, the drop rate of these necklaces are abysmal, are very abysmal. So, in terms of rings and necklaces, focus on them at end game. As for the skills, I didn't focus too much on one unit. Like as you can see, all of them are equal. Even the second batch of the 4-star of the 4 units I'm using. As you can see, the skills aren't too much invested in. They are equally invested in. If you can, then choose units of different roles, because like I said, Leon and Albert is a tank, Aaron and Edward is melee DPS, ranged DPS are Velino and Sarka. As for the healers, Lucian and Neyan. So if you can choose units of different classes, basically, even if they're healers, I focus on damage, like attack and crit rate, no heals and that stuff. Like for me, I focused on making every unit be able to deal damage. For my main 4 units, I still have some relics to upgrade. There are still some level 6. The second batch of the 4 units, like I said, I still have the levels to upgrade their weapons, to pronounce the equipment, and ring and necklace. And to frank with you, the good thing about having a solid team and using that solid team to build another team is it will become much easier to farm for 5-star rings and necklaces. So basically, farming for the second batch of 4 units is definitely easier. The same thing I did with these 4 units, I will do with these 4 units as well. In terms of everything, to be frank with you. This process is definitely long. If you are patient, like this, will be a problem for you at all. For me, what I did to help make this process faster, I spent star stones on refreshes. I would say for the past months, I have been spending 5 daily refreshes, but now slowly, instead of 5 daily refreshes, I spent 4 daily refreshes. And so in the future, I will continue to spend less refreshes daily until I don't need to basically spend the stamina at all. And at that point, these 4 units as well will be completely built like this unit. So basically, too long to read is have a good unit of each element, and then give each unit DPS stats like crit chance, crit damage, ignore defense rate, elemental damage, depending on the element. As you can see, blood damage bonus for Leon. What I have been doing basically is balancing DPS stats like crit chance, crit damage, ignore defense rate, elemental damage bonus, whether it is on the necklaces, the rings, the weapons, the enchantment on its equipment, and the gems. So basically, there's a lot of factors to take into building units. It is not just like the units themselves, the equipment and the ring and necklace. It is also the enchantment and the gems, basically. So and trust me, in end game, if you are farming, especially if you are farming stages a lot, you will have a lot of gems and enchantment scrolls. So remember to use these to increase the damage output of your units, basically. And speaking of Tower of Trials, here is a video about it, and at the end of the video, there is a surprise which I didn't expect at all.
Which one? That's interesting.
Okay, I'm going.
Be quiet.
Am I doing it right?
This right here is my favorite thing ever.
I'm Martel Castelli.
The light outside
Yes!
carry it on forever.
Yeah, that's about it. I hope this video helped you in basically deciding what you are going to do playing this game. And if you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing and liking this video. It helps my channel grow and motivates me to make more videos. Thank you for watching and have a blessed day, everyone. See you in the next video.